Hello guys, one of my favourite things about this game is the scaling, and I said that before, but it's just the fact that this is so realistic in terms of how this game works in terms of the real world. Everything right now looks flat, and once we get into orbit you'll just see just what I mean about the size and the scale of everything in this world. So we're going to go ahead, launch up into space in our little rocket here. All we're going to do is just get into orbit very quickly. I think I just dropped something off, maybe. No. And I'll just show you how peaceful and calm and everything is up in space in the orbit. And hopefully we get into a good one, because orbiting is very fun in this game. It's quite difficult at first, but I'm slightly cheating today. Nothing really going on here. I mean, you can begin to see the curvature of the Earth here, and although it's not called the Earth, I'm just going to say it is. We're also at night time, which means we're probably launching on the dark side, so we'll be able to go route orbit and be in the light side of the planet, which would be. I've just look. It's already the curvature of the Earth, and this is a slightly unusual video, but there we are. Bit of variety. Jumps from one space game to another. So 215 meters per second, another 100 and then or so, and then we'll be at the speed of sound, and we'll start rotating just a little bit. Let's actually have a look at our. In fact, you'll be able to see another spaceship which I've launched. We may even overlap into it, but that one didn't go as well, and there's another one there. So I've launched previous ones up into orbit. Let's have a look at our projected thing. So that's basically how it's going to work. So once we get out of the atmosphere, it's easier to turn without being too hot. And I'm going to aim for quite a high orbit, so that'll work. We're also going to try and re-enter as well into the Earth, and how exciting, because usually it's daytime when we launch, but today it's night. So that is basically what will happen, unavoidable. So we're going to have to set that orbit in a bit. Check that out, it's getting bigger. That's sort of the height I want, but we'll have to see, won't we? Ultimately an orbit will come like this, be further away and get closer, and if we're too close then we may not be able to travel as fast, because KSP does not allow that. So we're looking at our little rocket down here. It's quite a loud rocket, to be honest. And we're now technically in orbit, but we're not in the right one yet, so we'll have to make that a bit bigger. I think that will do just to get us a bit higher. So keep going up, slow down a little bit. Ultimately all an orbit is really just falling, and falling so fast that the Earth curves with you. See, I know science. Oh, that's a bit too small, let's make it bigger. Oh, that's quite a nice one. To be honest, it covered the entire surface. Yeah, we'll have an orbit like that. So let's just go ahead and set our thrusters like that. There we go. They can just go ahead and burn off. And as long as we keep ourselves in this blue line, we should eventually begin orbiting the planet. And then we'll be in peaceful mode. Just 900 meters away now, until we're officially in a orbit around the Earth. Travelling at 2,000 meters a second, and almost 90,000 meters away. Oh, Oh yes, there we go, our orbit's starting to form up properly. Looking good. And now we've gone into the orbit camera, which I don't really like, but there we are. Soon enough we should. There we go, that's a safe enough place. We can turn off our engines now. Just like that. And now we can spin around. Where is it? Where's the planet? Here we go. Look at our little cockpit here. Right. There's our planet, but we're going to speed ahead into the day side so we can see a bit more. There we go, we'll watch as day breaks. And ultimately Piers Morgan as well. Here we go. Just rotate a bit. I mean, we can spin as much as we like here and we're not falling back to Earth anytime soon, which is lovely. There we go. Whoa, that's quite a long way out. A bit further than I wanted to be, but we're going to never leave this planet, really, unless we accidentally turn our engines on. In fact, I'm going to try and get a bit closer because I'm not sure I like that orbit too much, but it's alright. Don't need to worry. In fact, should we try and catch up with this ship here? Oh no, that's landed. We don't want to land. Make our orbit a little bit smaller. Bigger. Not too low. We don't want a low Earth orbit, really. Yeah, that's a bit better. Right, we'll just have to turn ourselves around a bit. I mean, look at that. Look at the surface of the Earth. We could land any point on this planet, and we would be taking. It would take hours or half an hour to cross this planet just on a plane. I mean, we're doing it very quickly. So I'm just going to speed up a bit. Remember, back on the dark side, you see, I don't want to be this low down to the Earth, really. But we're travelling quite well. So what we're going to do is just go ahead, angle this orbit right, because we don't want to accidentally re-enter, as we are falling back to Earth now. Though not in a too concerning way. Just turn our engines around like that. Fire them. And we seem to gonna be this way now. And you see our Earth is orbit is shrinking until we really and where is it? Slowly shrinking, and so we won't be as far out anymore. I'm just making sure we're not going to low down to the Earth. And then 3, 2, 1, switch off. And let's speed ahead a bit. See, we're this low that we can't speed that high further into the distance, but we are travelling out more now. I like it when it's day though. Day is more fun, you can see more. But we're travelling across the desert now, and if we chose to land there, which we are going to eventually choose a place to land, the closest point in the planet, that will be miles long, but it's just so small and incredible. I wish there was a camera view on the Earth as well, because then we could see this white speck in the sky like the International Space Station. I mean, look, we can spin, pirouette, we're not going anywhere. Actually, we may be in a minute if we keep doing that. Come on, go to the day side. In fact, we can probably... There we go. And... Whereas day... Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? There we go, that's perfect. Let's just tilt around and look at that planet. How lovely it is. So peaceful as well. In fact, what we're going to do is now just quickly turn around, rotate a bit more, and we're going to EVA. So it's EVA him. We're outside on the... Oh god. We're outside in a spaceship, and we can technically just float off. In fact, we are going to float off, so, oh. How do I... Yeah. Whoops. I've flown off into space. But this is very nice, isn't it? bit worrying. I'm not getting back to it. Whoops. How to fly. Space pack. And I mean, we're just gonna... No! There goes our spaceship. Well, whoops. I'm now deaded. So I'm gonna have to find a way to return back to Earth. So let me just consult NASA quickly. So NASA have told me that there is a space shuttle, not this one, but one further out into space that is doing an orbit of Earth. Now, as long as we can survive in the atmosphere for a bit longer, we may just be able to reach that and return, but in fact I'm going to die. So that's a shame. No. Oh, if only we could have... Come on. Don't die, please. As long as we can just reach the end of this planet right here, well, I say the end, reach the curvature of the Earth, more we can leave the atmosphere and... Oh, are we still orbiting? Yeah, 2 of them have already landed back on the planet, but I might be alright. No, I don't think I will be really. Okay, now we're just gonna get really hot. That's not good. How long until we, where are we? Not there. Wait, what? Ah, I've adjusted my orbit, so I'm no longer going to be able to reach this space shuttle. Come on. Oh well. I'm now burning up in the atmosphere. Spoilers, so I didn't die. I borrowed another space shuttle. And we're gonna fast forward a bit. And we're gonna land this space shuttle now. Let's just check the orbit. This is our closest to Earth. In fact, we're just about to leave, so... Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful scene there. We're gonna fire our engines to hopefully try and land, but in fact, this is not the right thing to do. We're gonna have to set it. We're gonna set our we're gonna set up our re-entry, because right now, in fact, let me just kill my engines because we're going way too far out. It's not good. Hold on. Let's rotate that and make that a bit smaller. Let's keep going. Yeah, that will do. Set. We're not leaving this Earth orbit now, are we? Whoops. I need to just get rid of... Oh, well, I can just do that, but... Alright. We need to go down... We need to... Hold on. Just take it in right now. This is really quite... We're travelling at what? 2,500 meters a second. This is pretty small in comparison to how fast we're going, but that'll take us ages to cross, and we're just going through now. That's my favourite part about orbits and space, the scale of everything. So we're just going to fire our engines and attempt to leave this orbit, in which we are slowly but surely retracting the blue, meaning so we can return to the atmosphere and land, hopefully. Oops, now we don't want a ballistic re-entry because that's quite dangerous and very catastrophic, so we're just gonna as soon as we get that into the Earth, and we don't really want to land on the dark side, but we may have to. There we go. In fact, we don't want to land in the sea either. And let's just check we're not, and kill the engines. So we're going to land somewhere around there in the sea, which we don't want to do. So let's try and land somewhere here, which may be a steep re-entry, but one nevertheless. We want quite a lot of space to land as well. This is spinning, this is not good. Let's try and slow that spin down. That's with a little, but we are most certainly, because we have to get the angling right, otherwise we're just gonna flip and die. In fact, now we're going up again, so it seems we've got nothing else to do. But in fact, let's try and turn off everything. Let's rotate ourselves and do a manual re-entry, which is a bit of a cheat, but actually we're gonna have a stabilization on. Turn our wheels down. See, we can. There we go. That's a good idea from me there. Just look at it. Take it in the curvature. This asparagus. Take it in while it lasts, because our final frontier is about to end as we return. Hopefully, you can just see the mountains in the distance there. So where are we going to land? Hopefully not by the sea, because we don't want to land by the sea. There we go. Yeah, I'd be happy around there, but we want a lot of space, but obviously that's going to be miles in cross probably. Right. There we go. Let's kill the engines while the atmosphere is really becoming quite quick. So let's get. Oh god. We've returned into the earth. Ish. Right, now the stars have gone. This isn't good. This is a terrible angle for re-entry. Yep. Come on, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode, don't explode. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Don't. No. Come on, I'm fighting here. I am fighting here. Come on, come on. No, come on. It's okay. We're still roughly okay. So that may have just been a sonic boom, of course. Have we lost our parachutes? Have we lost our parachutes? Yes. Whoops. So this is going to be quite a rubbish re-entry. The thing we are going to do is it's going to have to be a really, really careful one. We're going to have to land like a plane, and that's a bit worrying because I'm not a pilot. I'm a... well, not oh god, this isn't good. Now we've gone into a spin. Oh no. Come on, as long as we just land, even if our spaceship explodes, as long as our Kerbal survives. This is better, this is better, this is better. Let's have a straighten up. We just lost our parachutes though, and this isn't good. Right, this is coming in way too fast, but oh no. Here's one I made earlier. Okay, so having successfully re-entered the atmosphere a bit too close and to these mountains, we're going to try and re-land with our entire ship together. So let's just angle down a bit, fire some boosters, put our wheels down like that, and turn around a little bit just so we're not too close to these mountains. Getting quite a lot of speed up here, so let's just turn around a bit. Don't really need to do anything else other than calmly cruise back into Earth, having been in orbit for a while. We're going to detach our or deploy our parachutes just after our first wheels have touched down. We're going to land like this because that's how the space shuttles land. Back wheels first, brakes on, parachute. In fact, now we're taking off again, so we're going to angle down. How far are we off the ground? So, you know, not quite high. Now we're taking off again. This is too aerodynamic. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, so now having returned from orbit, what we're going to do now is just attempt to land safely and without exploding any of our ship, which is a challenge given it's me flying. So we're having a gradual descent here, so we're just going to speed a little bit of it up. Bit of speed going on here, just for effect for the viewers on the ground watching a space shuttle come into land, which is a pretty incredible sight. I wish I could have seen it, but won't. There we go, wheels deployed. We're now taking off again. We're going higher, so we're just gonna. Ground does come up pretty quickly, and remember how small everything looked. Right, this is getting very quick. We have got parachutes, luckily, which will rapidly deploy at probably the last second. Our height is just 550 meters, and as soon as you get to see the rectangles of the terrain, you know you're gonna be landing soon. So from 2,500 meters a second to just 50. Here we go. Let's have a lovely safe landing. We ideally want to fire our little boosters a bit, just to angle it right. And once we've got the angle right, I'm not too bothered if we take off a little bit here. Deploy our parachutes. That went wrong. Oh! Well... that went... wait for it. Better than expected. We have landed. And I'm entirely sure that was possible, but we have indeed landed. And now we should set on the mission of walking the planet at 2.1 meters a second. So thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.